I think we have a huge problem with overgeneralization. The thing is, we like to take a certain situation, one that fits our beliefs, and we like to apply our logic to it in a very general fashion. And really, life is situation based, you know. We can't overgeneralize, because life can't be overgeneralized, unfortunately. And this is, I'm referring to me and Nuclear Knight's whole prostitution argument that we're having right now. Really, our laws aren't situation based, they're not case by case, which they should be, but that would make it unfair, you know. I mean, say, I don't know, I'm just kind of tired right now. I'm not going to come up with any examples, but I think that, you know, I mean, like I said, I think women should be able to choose to prostitute themselves. I think that if we were to legalize prostitution, we should, you know, make it as safe as possible for the prostitute and the customer. Like, condoms are required by law, STD tests for a customer, like, you know, every month or something, or even every time they use a brothel. I mean, if we could come up with, like, strip STD tests, that'd be great. But I think, you know, we should come up with something and make it safe. Now, you made the argument in one of your videos saying that if you think if prostitution was legalized, a black market would pop up. And this is because the kind of men that get prostitutes are fucking pedophiles and fucking rapists and shit. Just bullshit. You know? I mean, I was watching a documentary the other day, and this woman couldn't stop prostituting herself, you know? She couldn't keep a regular job. And she, by the way, she didn't have a pimp. She did this all herself. She didn't have a regular job. I mean, she couldn't get a regular job, but, you know, she kept prostituting herself, and she, you know, of course, caught AIDS, you know, which could be prevented, you know? I mean, I honestly think that if we, you know, had a perfect system, which we can't ever achieve perfection. That's kind of the point of everything. I mean, we can try as hard as we can for damage control. I said this. I think if we, you know, try at least to control the damage done, and this is the same with drug laws. It's like we're putting all these marijuana smokers in jail for smoking a fucking plant that grows in the ground that has nowhere near it doesn't have any addictive potential, at least not physically. And of course, I always say, you can get mentally addicted to literally anything. You can get addicted to masturbating, you can get addicted to fingering your own asshole, you can get addicted to shit. I'm trying to come up with a really fucking crazy example. But, like I said, I'm kind of tired. But anyway, my point is, we're putting people in jail for getting high on something that's not as bad as alcohol, something that's legal. Alcohol is legal. Now, back to the black market thing. Alcohol prohibition, you know, of course, made a huge black market spring up for alcohol. And made a huge, like, the mafia was making such huge profits. I'm sure you know this. You know, they were taking over fucking cities like Chicago. Like, Chicago was practically mafia owned during the Prohibition era. The only thing the government could do was re-legalize alcohol. And guess what? That yanked all the fucking funds out from all the mafia. They fucking collapsed. Okay? And if we legalize drugs and prostitution, both of the, you know, say slavery, for example. Now, I think, like, you know, prostitution without a license should be illegal, which would make, you know, trying to enslave prostitutes. And, you know, I just, like, the whole enslavement thing, that is absolutely fucking horrible. But I mean, really, can we end it? I mean, is there any way we could end it? And do you think by keeping it illegal, we're helping the people that are enslaved? I think we're hurting them. I think if we legalized it, then the people who, you know, had all these slave prostitutes would have a lot of money yanked out from under them. And I think, you know, I mean, you must see on TV all the time, like, people, like, on History Channel, Discovery Channel, like, they show these cop shows where the people bust these, you know, these people from, like, other countries that bring slave prostitutes to America. They free all the whores and give them citizenship. If you're enslaved and go to and like are brought to America, then you're practically a refugee. So, you know, don't give me that shit about you know, how are we gonna stop prostitution, enslavement? We can't. At least not across the world. Here in America, we can do our fucking best to control the damage. Honestly. I mean, I don't think prostitution is good for a woman. I think it's very damaging to her psyche to let any guy who pays $100 touch her and fuck her. I think that's horrible. But again, if it was legalized, then it would be a lot less horrible for women. That's all I'm trying to fucking say. Seriously. Okay? You get me? You get me now, Nuclear Knight? God damn.